Hello YouTubers, back at you again. Gonna carry on the Nightmare on Elm Street reviewage here. Got another one here that I'd like to review. As with most horror series that has a lot of sequels in it, I tend to always like of course the original and then a few of the subsequent sequels after that. But usually about the third or fourth sequel, things of that nature, they kind of peter out anyway, and you just kind of have to go see it for the gimmick or whatever happens in the movie. But the one I want to do next in the series, and that, like I said before in Freddy's Dead review, I'm going to do these out of order because it just feels right. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the nightmare theme. Things are always different in dreams and things of that nature. Anyway, that was a bit weird and philosophical, but yet meant nothing. Anyways, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Now, this one got a bad rep in a lot of camps, horror camps, if you will, mainly because it was the second, it's the sequel, and everybody's always like, it's just more of the same, I'm not going to go see it, or whatever like that. This movie, I think, got a bad rep. It's really one of the most underrated sequels in the series. Yes, you don't have Nancy in it, you don't have the same characters, but you do have Freddy Krueger back, and he's back with a vengeance in this one. The thing I like about the sequel to the first movie, Freddy's Revenge, kind of unleashes Freddy into the real world. I mean, he gets to come out in real life. Not only you got to see him in real life. He came out of the dream with Nancy in the original, but in part 2, he really comes out of the dream, and he really wreaks havoc all over the place in this one. It does have a lot of weird dream sequences and things of that nature that I will note here in a little bit that I don't really like in this movie, but it has a lot of noteworthy things that should be pluses in its defense. The sequel, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, was directed by a man named Jack Shoulder. Jack does he does a very good job as far as allotting all the resources as director on this project. They did hire a male lead in this movie. Mark Patton plays the boy Jesse that's basically being tormented by Freddy Krueger in this movie. The whole point is Freddy wants to take over Jesse's mind and body so that he can go out and kill for him and unleash him, so to speak. The movie, what I like the most about Freddy's Revenge, if you will, the thing I like the most is that Freddy, not only is he unleashed in this movie, but he still retains the same viciousnness as he did in the original. Now, the original is the original. It's directed by Wes Craven, and it's become basically a well-known classic among horror buffs, and and it has the credibility of being the first time around as well. In this movie, though, if you'll take notice to it, or maybe give it a second viewing, you'll find that Freddy in this one is still vicious as he was in the first one, and he hasn't become that hokey night show host kind of jokey kind of guy yet. He hasn't really done that yet, or made that transformation, so to speak. There are some good sequences in the movie. The pool scene at the party where he wreaks havoc on all the teenagers has a few scares there. There's a cool shower scene in the movie where Freddy takes out a sadistic gym teacher that was giving the lead character some problems. There's a cool transformation scene where Jesse is staying overnight with a buddy of his to watch him as he sleeps, and don't want to ruin it if you've never seen it. You need to see it. For 80s special effects, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Some things I really don't like, or I should say I don't understand about Freddy's Revenge, where I think they just took it a little too far. If they would have just pulled the reins back a little bit, they would have been alright. There's a sequence towards the end where the lead character's girlfriend goes to rescue him, so to speak, at the boiler factory where Freddy was apparently killed or burned. There's some mutant dogs that have like humanistic features to their faces guarding the place. Why? I mean, I've never been able to get a definitive answer off the internet. YouTubers, I put it to you, if you can understand that part of the plot of the movie, or if it was just something cool they threw in there or whatever, please leave your comments right down here and tell me. I need to know these things. I'm a horror fan, but I have a limited knowledge about mutant dogs for some reason. Another funny sequence in this movie that is totally unneeded in this movie, and I don't even know how it made the final cut, but every time I watch it, I just want to rewind and watch it again. It's the killer possessed parrot scene. Only in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 have I ever seen a killer possessed parrot. I don't know whether the parrot is possessed by Freddy's spirit or if he's just stir crazy from the heat in the home due to Freddy's essence around the home or whatever it is. But watch for the sequence with the parrot that flies around and terrorizes Jesse's family. It ends in a bang, I'll just say that. Bad joke. Anyway, all in all, Freddy's Revenge, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, I give it an overall probably just a good stern 7, which means you need to at least watch it. Take note of the work, the special effects for its time frame. It was pretty well produced at that time. The storyline is your standard Nightmare outing at that point in the sequels, but like I say, it didn't get as much notoriety as the others. Some of the ones that came later, whenever Nightmare on Elm Street really hit its main third gear in the old transmission there. Give this one a watch, draw your own conclusions, and this is B. West Jr. and I'm signing off. See you next time.